the number 69. That'll be Jonathan Conley starting on the pole. And to Conley's outside will be the 1XXX of Richie Abbott. Row number 2 has the number 45 of Corey Cowan. To his outside, the number 4 of Mitch Caldwell. Row number 3, the number 2 machine of Tony Margot. If any of you watching know this guy's proper pronunciation, let me know. The 18 of Tom Morley, and rounding out the field, the 91 of Cody Cowan. We go green. Sorting them out 3 wide out of turn number 2. Nice and easy, drivers. It's only the first heat. '69 Conley in the lead right now, but all kinds of racing all around. So Jonathan Conley enjoying his lead. As Velasquez in the 4X, I correct myself. There is a tiny X on that dwarf car somewhere in that number. So that is not Caldwell like I called in the lineups. However, Velasquez going for third now to the inside of the 1XXX of Abbott. So this is the battle for fourth. However, second place off the pace, the 45 of Corey Cowan. Not sure what happened there. Lost power in the center of 3 and 4. And your leader way sideways, over rotating in the center of 3 and 4. And now we might see a battle for the lead. Jonathan Conley has had somewhat of a comfortable lead up until now. Starting to pick that lead back up, and there's Cowan again, Corey Cowan. Everybody doing a great job avoiding. But the 18 on the charge, Tom Morley in the number 18. Up to second, the white flag waves. And around the 91 and more contact. Corey gets into the 91 of Cody. Cody gets a fired back up and drives away. And we go yellow. So one lap shootout here for the drivers. So this track seems to be not cooperating well with these dwarf cars. These dwarf cars, I've never driven one, but I can definitely tell you, based off of everything that I've heard, these cars are a handful. Power to weight ratio is tremendous, meaning that these cars have so much power and so little weight that they're just kind of like darts without feathers. You got to really be 100% on your car control. And you can see that the leader wasn't even 100% in this heat race. Jonathan Conley luckily held on to the lead. However, Morley was just about there to pick up where he was leaving off in turn 3 and 4. So Conley, your leader. Morley second. Third spot is Abbott. Velasquez in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is Margot. I'm just going to guess that it's Margot. Through turns number 3 and 4, white flag and the green flag were waving, and the checkered flag waves now for Jonathan Conley. Well, luckily for him, get heat number 1. Checkers. As he about threw it away over in turn number 4. So that was one heat race for the Dwarf Cars. And it'll be Jessica Swanson bringing the field to the green. I remember her as Jessica Clark, but she obviously has gotten married since the last time I've seen her race. 6B of Brian Barnhill. Starts on the outside of the front row. 8 of Danny Valdez. And the 00B of Joe Barkett. Row 3 is in 63 XX of Brandon Wiley. And the 63X of Jonathan Henry. Running out the field, the number 14 of Tommy Velasquez. And the 14. So there are 3 cars that look just like this. However, 2 of them are racing. One's a backup for the weekend. Hopefully they don't have to use it, but Brandon and Jonathan have their primaries here in this heat race, lining up next to each other. We go green. Clark down low. Oh, battle behind. And a big move by Velasquez in the 14. And the run comes to a stop in 3 and 4. This isn't going to be good. Nice 360. But there is cars skating all over this racetrack. Your leader going around. Barnhill spins it out. This track is a tricky one for these dwarf cars. Barnhill might just bring out the caution. He's still stalled in the center of 3 and 4, and he does bring out the caution, which means that it's a one and done rule. So we will see Barnhill in the next race, which will be likely the main event. So a wild start to these dwarf cars as they're all trying to figure this track out. And this track is throwing them a big-time curveball. The last time they were on track, it was during hot laps, and the track had plenty of grip. It was probably heavy and tacky, and then these cars come up after for their first heat, after everybody else had done their hot laps, and, well, the track is completely different. Trying to take a look here at some of the action that we've seen up till this caution. Right here, Jessica Swanson gets sideways. Velasquez, who had a great run down the back straightaway, unfortunately had that run come to a quick end. And then second spot, oh man, it just got crazy here. This track is just not for these dwarf cars right now. And here's the reason for the caution. Your leader spinning out, and now going to the infield. So things just getting worse for your at the time leader, the number 6B of Brian Barnhill. As we're going to get ready to light this one off again. And we go green. Flagman wasn't sure about it at first, but Joe Barkett brings the field to the green. Now battling for the lead up front. 2 battles on the screen at the moment. Wiley to the outside and to the lead out of 4. But fighting right back is Barkett. Barkett and Wiley crossover action as Velasquez up into second now. You do not want to hit those tires on the infield. When the infield markers are bigger than your race car, you do not want to hit it, no matter how much it'll move. Battle for third. This is Henry now up into the third spot, looking for second, as Barkett just slipping back into the hands of the 92 of Swanson. Velasquez with a run out of 2 to the inside, and 3 Battle for the lead with Brandon Wiley. Velasquez was your leader at the stripe. Now he's got teammates on his in and outside. Some contact into 3. Henry to the inside. Henry to the lead. White flag waves, 1 to go. Trouble in the back for the 8 machine, but still back, dueling it out up front. Oh, Jessica Clark spins it out down the back straightaway and to the line. Henry holding on. Dwarf. Oh, man. You kind of feel bad for the Dwarf Cars right now because this track is anything but grip for these cars. Jessica Clark spun it out down the back straightaway. I had to quickly look over there because she spun it out, and then obviously you saw was stuck in the center of the track as 2 cars were coming. However, they did a good job heads-up driving. Well, let me give you a rundown of our starting lineup. On the pole will be the number 18 of Tom Morley, and to his outside, the 1XXX of Richie Abbott. Row 2 has the number 63X of Jonathan Henry, and to his outside, the number 88 of Jeff Brink. Row number 3 has the number 63 XX. That is Brandon Wiley, and to Brandon's outside will be the number 41 of Nick Velasquez. Next row back is the number 14 of Tommy Velasquez, and to his outside will be the number 48, piloted by Trent Morley, I should say. 00. Are we going green? Yeah, lights are out. I should have been way faster. Joe Barkett, Jonathan Conley, Tony Marcotte, Kobe Kearns, Jessica Swanson, Cody Cowan, and Tony Pellegrino. We go green. No trouble into turn number 1, and a rollover. 00 on its lid. And a stack up into turn number 1. 00 gets the worst end of that. So red flag before we really even get started in this race. Now got a busted up elbow. So Joe Bark. Hang on. All right. So the angle that we had up here, I was like, don't be telling me they're gonna drop a car on somebody. Joe Barquette tips it over. Extra points if he gets it refired and drives away, which I'm hoping he will. And then I'll show you a replay. Oh, I'm already seeing the toe straps. All right. Well, let me get to the replay then. So, folks, we have a red and a rollover here before we even go green. Let me show it to you. So contact there into turn number 1, kind of stacked up the field. And up and over went Barquette. You see the 63 sideways and nowhere to go for Joe. Up on its lid. And now needing some assistance off the track. So bummer. Not the way you want to start a Dwarf Car main event. However, hopefully we see him back again tomorrow for night number 2. They tow him away, and it looks like just kind of tidying up the fluids left over. And everybody pulling away. So, be back to yellow here shortly. These dwarf cars, always exciting to watch, whether they're here at Santa Maria. We've seen them a couple times at Bakersfield Speedway, Ventura Raceway, so where we've seen these dwarf cars the most. But always fun to watch these dwarf cars because I honestly think these are probably, from what I've seen, I've never driven on dirt, never raced on dirt, I should say. I had my fair share of driving on dirt, just not racing on it. However, based off of what you see from the spectator side of the fence, these things are a handful. And so you got to have everything in perfect order to at least have a chance that your car is going to make it through the corner. And when I say in perfect order is you can have even the right setup in making mistake easily with these dwarf cars. So really tough to drive. And unfortunately for Joe, really tough when you're upside down. So we're back to yellow. It'll be a complete restart. No laps scored since that was a trouble in turn 1. Lap 0. American Stock's lining up for their main event after this one. This will be a 20-lap feature. The black flag going to the 8 machine. Not sure why. So Valdez in the 8. Can't see if there's like fluid coming down or maybe losing some body panels. So not sure what's going on with Valdez there. So the flagman's going to make sure that the 8 sees the issue. And stop. So we'll see here. I'm a decent lip reader, but there's a car in the way. So I can't really help you out there. Based off of body language, it's something to do with over there. Or over there. I think they're just beating the car with the black flag. I think that's what it is. But definitely having a conversation. See if we can read sign language. Turn on the stereo. Now the car won't start. So the flagman beat him up so much with that black flag, car won't even start. There we go. Flagman going back into his flag stand. And we'll get back to racing hopefully within these next couple laps. For the 20-lap dwarf car feature, now the 8 is off the track. So something going on with Valdez. Danny Valdez getting the boot. You saw him in the background. Now you won't be able to see him at all because of the billboards. But he got sent off track. And the one to go. So back to racing next time by. It'll be Morley and Abbott bringing the field to the green. Jonathan Henry, Jeff Brink, Brandon Wiley, Nick Velasquez, Trent Morley, Tommy Velasquez. Then we got Thomas Velasquez, Jason Horton, Joe Barkett, who was upside down and out of the race, Jonathan Connolly, Mitch Caldwell, Cody Cowan, Brian Barnhill, Tony Margaret, Kobe Kearns, Jessica Swanson, Pellegrino, and Cowan. Here we go. Try it again. So far, so good through 1 and 2. Good down the back straightaway. 18 sideways there for the second spot. Slips back to third. And leader of lap number 1 will be Abbott. We got a swarm going into 3 right now. 3 wide. Couple rows deep almost. Battle up front for the lead. 63X. Jonathan Henry looking to the low side of Abbott. Out of 4. Henry got it at the line. Not by much. 8 thousandths of a second, your gap at the line. And you see the pack from third on back. Trying to see what there is to see here. Down the back straight are the 18 and the 48. The Morleys duking it out. That's a battle for 7th. And Horton on the move as well, the 93 of Horton working that low side, tucking up next to those tires. And your leader getting crossed up. However, battle for the 3rd spot back in play. The 41 machine of Nick Velasquez is trying to get by the 88 of Brink, but with him bringing more challengers. Velasquez now has the 69. I'm sorry, that is the 69 of Jonathan Connolly, as well as the 14 of Tommy Velasquez battling here, trying to get around the 88 of Brink. Third, 4th, 5th, and 6th on screen right now. As your leader having a fight through lap traffic. And now 2nd going through, but the battle for 3rd still rages on. And now they're going to come up to lap traffic. We'll see if lap traffic comes into play. 3 wide for 3rd. And Brink still holding on. Connolly in the 69. Velasquez in the 14. There's the 2 machine going a lap down. Margot in the 2. And to the outside, around to the 14, getting by the 69. So Tommy Velasquez up into 4th. Still has to get around. Oh, no, Connolly, crossover move between these 2 for 4th. Brink still commands in the 3rd spot. And Abbott starting to fall into the hands of the battle for 3rd. So make it a 5-car battle. on screen for third as Brink now to the inside of Abbott. Your leader just now crossing the start-finish line, but Horton gonna bring out the caution in turn number 1. The 93 of Horton up towards the wall in turn number 1. So that was a lot to watch there. I was trying to get it all for you. I'm not sure if I did, but I sure as hell tried. Your leader at the time of the caution was 4.5 seconds ahead of second spot, all by himself. Jonathan Henry in that 63X just kind of driving away from the field. However, it was too good of a battle to leave from third place on back. It was just a bunch of cars, and then second spot was falling into the hands of that third spot battle. And all while Henry was just cruising out front. So Horton's going to need the hook. Let me give you a rundown at the moment. With 7 laps to go, Jonathan Henry in the 63X is your leader. Abbott second, Brink in third in the number 88. Fourth place is 69 of Jonathan Conley. And your top 5 runner, the 14 of Tommy Velasquez. Nick Velasquez, 6th. Jason Horton fell out of the 7th position. That'll move Trent Morley up. The 63 XX of Brandon Wiley. The 91 of Cowan. And the 18 of Morley, Tom Morley, rounding out your top 10. 92N of Jessica Swanson. 11th 4X of Thomas Velasquez. 6B of Brian Barnhill. Kobe Kearns in the 19K, and your top 15, the 4 of Mitch Caldwell. 16th is the 2 of Tony Margett. 28 of Pellegrino, and that is the field on track. So Pellegrino rounding out your 17th spot. Wait to see if we're going green that time by, but it looks like we might be going green this time by. All right, folks, place your bets, 7 to go. I think I know who might be the winner. I just don't know who's going to either finish second or third based off of that battle that we saw up to that caution. Abbott was falling into the hands of Brink. Brink had his hands full trying to keep everybody behind and hold on to that third spot. So leader on his own island, everybody else double file behind. We're back to racing. Restart with 7 to go and a stack about to start. Henry to the lead, 3 wide for second. Contact in the back. Stacking up. Looks like that's 3 cars involved. 4 with the 2 with heavy left side damage. So 4 cars getting collected. 4 machine drives away. 2 machine parks it. And we got Kearns and Swanson stuck together. So the 4, the only one driving away, Mitch Caldwell. The only driver to drive away from that wreck. Let's see here. See if I caught any of it. You'll look to the right, and right about when it's done, however you see, that's where Kearns gets into Swanson, who spun out down low. Caldwell just going to refire up top and drive away. So Swanson's going to need some assistance, it seems like. The 92N. Her husband Jake racing at Paris Auto Speedway tonight. I remember seeing Jessica Swanson racing it out on pavement at Irwindale Speedway, as well as Lucas Oil Modifieds, now the Spears Modified Tour. But unfortunate end here on night number 1. She's going to park alongside Horton as one of the cars to not finish in this main event. Kern's going to get a tow off the track as well. So we'll try to this one again with 7 laps to go. "13 laps completed of this 20-lap main event. So we got some Dwarf Cars piling up in the infield. Not what you want to see on night number 1 of 2 nights of action here at Santa Maria. But the light's out. We're going to go back to racing next time by. Henry got a great restart before the yellow came back out. But everybody from second on back, they were scattered 3 wide all over this racetrack. We're going to see how this one plays out again. Can Henry get another great restart? Can Brink hold back everybody like he has been all night? We'll find out as we go back to green. Conley in the second spot. Conley looking for the lead. Henry holding on though so far. Battle up front. Look at Velasquez in the 41. Nick Velasquez up to third, putting the bumper up to the inside, but trouble is Brink. He's spun to the infield. Not sure if there was any contact made. I think just overdrove the entry. So Brink going to bring out the caution with 5 to go. So this has turned into a wild ending here for the Dwarf Cars. Coming up next will be the American stocks. But we got to get through this Dwarf Car main event first. Brink just going to decide to drive forward. So unfortunate for Brink as he was doing so well in the top 3. And just a quick little mistake going into 3. See a replay here. See, yep, he just kind of loops it all by himself. The entrance into 3 might have overdriven and just did not, and over-rotated right there in the center of the corner. But a huge run by the 41 there up till that point. So Nick Velasquez, look out if you're in the top 2 right now. The 41 is on a mission. All right, lights out. We're going to try this one again. Jonathan Henry bringing the field to the green. Nick Velasquez, Jonathan Conley, your second row. We're racing. Conley with a fantastic restart. Henry to the low side. Nick Velasquez ran out of real estate, but a huge run again by that 41. Great battle up front. Who's it going to be? With 4 to go to the wall. The 69 of Conley off the side of the 63 of Henry. Did that cause any damage? 3 to go at the stripe. All kinds of jostling behind. 88 of Brink on his charge forward, trying to get as many spots before the checkered flag flies. 3 laps to go. Battle for third. That's a 14 of Tommy Velasquez battling it out with Brandon Wiley. Tommy Velasquez had a run going there into 1 on Conley, like you see going into 3. White flag waves. Are we going to see a change on the final lap? Here comes Wiley trying to get into the top 3 to the inside of Velasquez. Battle for third on the final lap. Wiley takes it, and it'll be Jonathan Henry to the stripe for the win. Conley second, Wiley third, Tommy Velasquez fourth, Nick Velasquez, Cody Cowan, Trent Morley, Tom Morley, Brandon Barnhill, and the 4 of Thomas Velasquez rounding out your top 10. And Henry held on to win. Almost lost it a few times towards the end, but he's heading to the scales. And thumbs up. Now we're going to double check. Oh, double doors. So I knew they were going to confuse me, but there's obviously 2 of the same looking cars. I just got to look for the X's. So that is your winner right here. The other one is just a look-alike. That was Wiley. But I knew I'd get confused. All right, I'm going to send it downstairs to the winner.
He's the one you want to beat. And this is why. Another victory here for Jonathan Henry. Getting the congratulations from team owner Dave Cantu and the hashtag Jonah Forever team. And he's going to pick up this nice, cool, custom-made Nationals trophy. Let him get off his equipment here. And, of course, Jonathan's patented double wing doors donuts out there. We always love that. You know, Jonathan, I was just telling people, we love to see you when you come out here. We don't see you that often, but when you get in a dwarf car, boy, you're the guy to beat.
Well, I'm a grown-up now. I'm a working man, so I don't get to come out and play as often. But I can't thank Dave Cantu, car owner, and his wife for allowing me to come out and tear their stuff up, as we got some damage tonight. But it wasn't beautiful. But hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had my hands full, and we'll do some homework and hopefully come out and give all you guys a show tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I tell you, that last restart, it looked like they ganged up on you. Like, uh-oh, Jonathan's in trouble here. But you just stepped in it nice and smooth, and out you went.
Yeah, I'm more of a momentum driver. Got to get me a couple laps to get me going. But well, we got some homework to do. We'll be sharp on those restarts and get a little more forward bite out of her, and still try and carry on that momentum.
Well, hey, good luck, and good luck tomorrow. And it's great to see you back out here, especially in Winner's Circle at San Maria Raceway.
I thank all of you. If it wasn't for you guys up in the stands, we wouldn't be out here playing race cars. So thank you guys. My hat is off to you.
Oh, little deal here. Tell them about it.
All right, so where all you kids at? Where all you fans at? First 5 to the trailer afterwards get free T-shirts. All in honor of our angel Jonah. All right?
All right, congratulations again, the hashtag Jonah Forever team coming in there. You know, last time it was your teammate, Wiley, that took the win. So we've got a 2 for 2 here for Cantu.
Yeah, well, you know, with my old age, you know, I'm getting a little harder to get up and going. So think fortunately, you know, Wiley's here to carry the load for us. So I hope I don't want to break his back. So I had to get one for him tonight. But hopefully he'll be strong tomorrow and can give us a run for the money.
All right, congratulations, Jonathan. Jonathan Henry winner of the Santa Maria Dwarf Car Series Night 1 here at the Spring Nationals.